Well, it's over. Um, what what can I say? It's just if there's any consolation from this very disappointing loss, and yes, there is consolation. I'm an optimist. I can't help but look at the bright side. It's that the Avs played better in this game than in the other two games in Vegas, much better. But it was just too deep a hole to climb. We had to play desperately because we put ourselves in this hole. And my Twitter timeline is full of Avalanche fans pointing out the reasons. Of course, the blame's going to the President's Trophy, and I can't do it. I can't blame the President's Trophy. This team was good enough to win. We did this to ourselves. Thankfully, I haven't seen any my fellow Avalanche fans being blaming the refs too much because even with the egregious favoritism towards Vegas, it's still up to us to kind of put it away, and we didn't do that. We had chances, we didn't do that. Um, a recent tweet I responded to was the fan factor, and I think that might have played a role because Vegas had a full house already in Game 3 of that series. They had full capacity. The Avalanche weren't there yet. The plan was round 3 for full capacity, and we had as many fans at Ball Arena as possible, but it wasn't full capacity. That does play a bit of a role. But other than that, we just stopped playing after we won those two games. We just stopped playing. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm just telling it like it is. We just stopped playing. Especially Game 5. Game 5 was the worst because we went up 2-0 and again stopped playing. We have problems clearing the puck. That's been a problem. That's been a problem we've had throughout the whole season. Because I've watched games, I've screamed, get it out, and we don't at times. Um, it's you cannot. You cannot make mistakes like that against a team like Vegas. There are a select number of teams you can't make mistakes against. Ironically, we're on that list, but so is Vegas. You cannot make dumb mistakes like that against a team like Vegas. And that's what happened. That's what happened. So, and it's our third straight second round loss. And as Chris Berman often says, once an accident, two's a trend, 3 is a problem. And the worst part about this is, it was always something in those last two. Now, at least it was supposedly something in 19. They say, well, the offside call. I don't blame that call for that loss. But last year we were riddled with injuries, but we still went to 7. This year, we just did it to ourselves. We were still the healthiest. We were the healthiest we ever were. We were the best we ever were in the last 20 years, and we just disappeared. It's a disappearing act. Some are saying this is worse than Toronto. I'm not going that far, at least not yet. But yeah, it's just heartbreaking. It's a terrible loss, and the question we as fans are asking is, where do we go from here? Do we need another big free agent signing? I kind of don't think we do. We signed Saad. We traded for Saad just to make this run, and it didn't work out. So again, where do we go from here? And it's just there's a lot of emotions going through Avalanche faithful. I've been an Avalanche fan since the team's last years in Quebec as the Nordiques. And I myself but I'm really not going through a lot of emotions right now. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. I'm not really like sad like woe is me sad. But I'm just disappointed, and it's just heartbreaking. But I am an optimist, and one thing's for sure: our window is still wide open. It is wide the hell open. And it's going to be open for at least, I'm going to say, the next 3 to 5 seasons. Because McKinnon isn't making that much. And he said he'll take another cut to help the team build. It's not, and I'm sorry to mention this, but it's not like the Maple Leafs, who have a lot of their star players tied to big contracts. They can't really sign people. There is still hope for the Avalanche. There is. The window is open. It's going to be open for the next few seasons. Now, oh, I forgot who else is getting blamed. Bednar's getting some blame, and my fellow Avs fans might have a point because he kept putting Patrick Nemeth out there, even though he was a complete screw up. So again, a lot. I don't think a lot needs to be done. Just a few little things. We are there, and you know Joe Sack is going to do what he can to make sure we stay there and go that extra mile. This won't happen again. I promise that. We will celebrate a cup as soon as next year. I can feel it in my bones. We'll be back in the Central Division, dealing with St. Louis, so we won't have to deal with Vegas as much. We'll be back in the Central Division with the Blues, the Wild, the Blackhawks, the Predators, the Jets, the Stars, and the Coyotes. That's right, the Coyotes will be in the Central Division because Seattle's joining, and they're going to be in the Pacific. That'll push Arizona to the Central. We'll be back. That's for damn sure. But for now, the Final Four, it's set. It's Vegas and Montreal, and that's going to be interesting. I call it Pacioretty's revenge because he spent all those years with the Habs, and they dropped and let Vegas take him, and, well, it's going to be a very interesting series. It'll be something if Montreal beats them out. I'm kind of hoping the Habs go all the way because I want to see a Canadian team win it. You know, that Canada drought needs to end, okay? It does. It really needs to end. It's been since '93, and Montreal was the team that won it then. That drop needs to end. And of course, the other semifinal is Tampa Bay and the Islanders rematch at Eastern Conference Final from last year. So we'll see what happens there in those two rounds and who emerges as champions. But it's going to be interesting. So again, the windows are still open, Avs fam. We're going to do this. So that's my recap of tonight, and I don't know when round 3 will start. Let me see. I'm on NHL.com right now. Oh, here we go. There it is. The Stanley Cup semifinals. I actually do like that name, Stanley Cup semifinals. But yeah, the Stanley Cup semifinals start on Sunday. Early. I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Why so early? But with Game 1 between the Lightning and the Islanders, and Game 1 of the Habs Knights series, that's Monday. So that's my recap of tonight, and I'll be back Sunday to recap Game 1 of that series. So stay tuned, and Avs fan, don't give up.